Good evening. Hello. I'm a bit late, yeah. Well, a few minutes, yeah. Hello everyone, and welcome to another stream of Playing Shift. So today I want to work on something different because we said that, well, basically this graph, right? The nav mesh, navigation and such, we actually didn't manage to fix it. We learned a lot about it, but we didn't fix it. I don't think we are too far, but we sent an email to some of Epic Games and seeing if by any chance they answer. I mean, I think it's unlikely that they will answer, but let's see. Maybe we are lucky, and we can try with another person maybe next week. Ah, he actually answered now. So what he said, he actually answered, boys. Insane. So let me see, that is the answer. He's saying, hello Luca, you can have a look at what happens inside f-recast nav mesh generator. Export nav relevant object geometry, and specifically inside recast geometry export object when the generator is processing your object. I'm afraid I can't provide much more than that as I'm not an expert on the subject. Well, I mean, it is a guide anyway. Check then stuff into the... You might be able to find more help on the community forum, specifically on the navigation or dynamic nav mesh. Yeah, okay. So, well, give us some pointers. So I will check those pointers. So but it's pretty nice that he answered actually. So he pointed us to two classes. Recast nav generation. Let me check it a second. Do we have Rider open? We don't. Let me check 1 second. So he's saying. Hello, Hula. Hi. Welcome, welcome. So the guy actually answered, which is fantastic. So I don't know if I want to change my plans for tonight, but maybe. Let's see what we find there, and let's see what we find there. Export nav. What? This is probably something new. There is probably something new, boys. Because recast mesh nav generator, at least in our version, doesn't seem to have that. Recast. Wait. So we have an export export navigation data. So this guy said export nav relevant object geometry. Recast geometry to export. Recast geometry export. Export object. It's a bit different, huh? It is actually a bit different, guys. It is actually a bit different. I think that it may be different because so basically this class we don't find, right? We don't find recast nav mesh. Wait. Recast geometry export. Recast geometry export. Where the hell is that? Is inside recast nav mesh generator. Recast export object. Yeah. Is actually, well, what? Export object. Yeah. It seems there is something in the new version of Unreal. It's not in the release that we have. But I don't understand if this export is actually exporting to what. Don't understand too much. Export rigid body. Export custom mesh. There is basically no documentation on this stuff. I don't understand too much what I can do with this stuff, right? But I'm pretty happy that he answered. Do you need to use the last U? Yeah. Yeah, is in the last version of it. I mean, we will upgrade anyway, right? We will upgrade, so it's not a problem. We will update one day, so it's not a big deal. Yeah. But it resulted at least in an answer, which is pretty cool. I really like it. I really like the fact that they actually answered. It's very nice. So what I will do, I will write to someone else then. That's very nice that they answered, actually. It's very, very nice. Okay, I send it to another guy and see if he has more insight. We will see. We will see. Maybe we will get something out of it. No, but we cannot work on it tonight because anyway, we are kind of stuck, right? I mean, we can go deeper, but if we go deeper, we spend, you know, hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, and I don't think it's a great idea. So we can. Hello, Planet Coaster Wonders. Underrated, you're good at C++? Yeah, well, I don't know if I'm good, but let's say I'm doing it since quite some time, and yeah, we are investigating a bit the recast stuff, and because we wanted to actually understand the system better, right, and see if we could support an hybrid static word generation, static nav mesh generation with also a dynamic piece. That seems to be tough. So I think we're going to switch gears a bit. So what I want to do, tonight is to look at the. Let me first of all see if everything starts as expected. Because we did a lot of changes to the code, right? And we did a lot of recompile and changing of headers and everything. So I just want to see if everything is still good. So let's run the game 1 second and see. But so if our monsters cannot move, right? Then we need the monsters to actually shoot, right? So I would like to have ranged attacks on monsters, pretty much for all of them. Well, maybe not for all, but at least all the ones that we have, in the dungeon, right? And I would like to define kind of a generic system for ranged attacks that we can then reuse as we wish, right? So let's generate a dungeon. And for now, let's just go through. Ouch. Okay, this is our guy, right? Now, I think that having this guy actually have a ranged attack may look a bit weird, but I think that for the dungeon we can do it, right? So we can have special versions of okay. We can have special versions of this monster, right? Which may be, I don't know, is shooting this thing, so he's spitting at you. I think the easiest there is or magic or actually spitting acid or something like that, right? We actually have different versions of the monster, so we may do it only. We may do it only for the specific versions, right? So like this guy, so there is a texture of this guy, right? Which makes it green and things, right? And maybe this one being green can actually throw venom or poison at you, right? That I think is a possibility. So what is the best way to create a range attack? Well, actually every monster is defined. Unfortunately, we didn't document this too well. So in our documentation, I don't think there is enough of if I go to our PS Wiki, right, and I go under programming, I don't think there is enough about. No, I have to go actually config. Well, it depends. I don't think there is enough about special attacks. I don't even know exactly where to search it. But meh. I don't think we have a good documentation of that. I mean, yes, we have the tables, right? So we have the attacks table, but basically the documentation on how to set up a monster so that he has a special attack, I think is not really... Hello, Citizen DJ, hey? Do you like our icons? I really love the GG icon, so I'm using it when I'm watching Twitch in other channels, right? Because if you have it, you can use it in other channels, and I do. And so, yeah, the GG one is very nice. So I think we should document a bit of this, right? And should be under... should be under static elements. At the moment we don't have the description. I mean, we describe the races, but... Well, actually we have this, which is not too bad. So a new race is defined by an entry in the race info table. Then you can change the base mesh, you can change the texture variation. Who created this page? Me? Me, obviously. Very good page. Change the texture variation, change the starting stats. Yes, change the regeneration, mental, physical. Change the armor and weapons, right? Change the scale, change the speed, change the type of skin. Change the max height. And change the current. Okay. I think that this is the page. This is the page I wanted, but we need to add how to change, right? How to add a new monster. Attack, special attack, right? Because it's not documented. I mean, we can do it. We can do it already. But it's not documented at all, right? So actually we have two tables. One is attack type. And one is attacks. Now, if I remember right... For example, these three, right? These three are examples of monster attacks. There is the dummy database, so it doesn't have a lot, right? But these are three examples of monster special attacks that he can use, right? And actually... is saying how to calculate the damage, what is the type of attack. So in this case it's saying attack type number 3. So if we go in attack type number 3, it's considered in this category monstrous, right? He has a specific delay in terms of how often you can do it. I mean, how long it takes to do it. He has a range. He has a radius, AoE radius in case, an AoE angle. And then he has an outcome, right? So this will basically splash 5 meters in a 30-degree angle in front of the monster. I mean, obviously, if it works as it is, but and there is a precondition to actually, yeah, there is a precondition for this to actually work, which is the monster needs to be this race, right? And we can skip the precondition in case, but exactly. So basically we already have the ability. Now there is not a ranged attack though, because all these are players. These are all players stuff, right? So this is all player stuff. So let's see in production, because I think in production we have more than this, and maybe there is already an attack, so I don't have to go crazy and recreate it, because it already exists, right? So let's see 1 second. This is a copy of the production database, and I think we should look at all the ones that are actually listed as, even if this wasp seems to be interesting, but they are ID number 3 or ID number 14, let's say. ID number 3 or ID 14. So that is attack type equal to 3 or attack type equal to 14, right? We don't get much, unfortunately. We get the same ones. We get exactly the same ones. So in production there is no more monster wise. Fuck. There is not. But in theory, you know, it's something similar to this, right? It's something similar to... Well, the difference is that it's a projectile. So I would like to have it as a projectile, right? I don't want to have it as... Well, and I don't know if we want to have it as a projectile you can actually dodge or not. But for now, let's say it's fine, even if you cannot dodge it. And then we will see. Because if I take like this guy, right? Attack, hail of arrows. Because another way will be to make it like if it's a spell. Attack, hail of arrows. So I'm trying to understand what is the best way to do what I want to do, basically. Because this is... By... Yeah, but anyway, we can have a projectile because like summon missile, right, as which is kind of a basic wizard spell, is actually able to show a projectile, right? The only difference is that here is a sure target. So the missile will always hit the creature, and is okay. Maybe in the future we will do it differently, but for now I think will be already good enough, you know. Even if the creature stands still, he's shooting you. Now, if he cannot get you, the only reasoning is that the creature needs to know that he has to use the ranged attack when the player is not in range, right? Do we do anything? If there is any of you playing Plane Shift, do we already have on any monster any type of ranged attack? Because I don't remember, actually. It seems to me that they are all not ranged, but unless they cast spells, which is another thing, right? Or if they cast spell, okay. But I think we can do this. I think we can check because it goes through the brain definition, right? So that the NPC needs to know that he has that capability, right? And that definition goes inside NPC types, right? So you take one NPC, like this guy, right? And this guy, but this guy does not have his own script. Ah, yes, it does. These are the parents, but then he has his own script, right? He has his own script. So inside the script, yeah, he's using this one. He's using Monster Stampede, Minor Earthquake, and he's also using spells, right? Yeah, I mean, at the end, it's like a spell. I mean, it's pretty much like a spell. I think the problem is that I think we don't have this documented enough. So like this set buffer, right? The set buffer, yeah, we don't even have it on the, wow. We don't even have it on the wiki. The set buffer, for example, we don't even have it on the wiki. That's very strange that we don't have that. That's very, very strange. Set buffer. Actually, it is here. It was not finding it. Why is not finding it with the search? That's very weird. If I search set buffer, it's not finding anything. Strange. Okay, that's very bad. That is very, very bad. Because actually there is set buffer in this page at least. Right? Because this set buffer is basically telling the monster which are his capabilities, right? So which are his capabilities? Like here, is setting buffer for K factor, for attack, aggressive attack, attack defense, attack spell, defensive spell, preparation spell, right? And all these ones are then used. So if I search in script, right, like, and then this attack spell 1, right, there are a number of NPC which are actually defining the spells that they have, right? I think they all use the same technique. They all use the set buffer, right? And then there should be one which is a spell fighter, probably. Yeah, exactly. Spell fighter, no, it's not even that. It's a real pity that this stuff is not well documented, because, you know, we invented it a long time ago, and now going back and understanding how it works is a mess. I thought it was like a generic behavior, I mean NPC definition, which is actually used by everyone with the default, but it seems not. It seems that like spell fighter is defining melee fight, chase, watch, fight, Prepare, defend, debuff, return fire. Spell perception and reaction, direct heal, buff, debuff, direct damage, healing reactions. Preparation spell. Wait a second, let me put this somewhere. Attack spell 1. Fight. So this is actually in the generic fight. So this guy by default, right, is fighting with spells. Right. I mean, we can create a spell that is only for NPC. It is actually, because I don't know if it's easier to create a spell or to maybe even use an existing spell, right? Maybe using an existing spell is even easier, right? Like Flame Burst. We can just give him a longer range. The problem of the range, I think it is defined by, let me see, because there's attack spell 1, right? He's saying cast a spell, but how does he know that he's actually in range? Right? Because cast, there should be a cast operation, right? Yeah, cast operation. So these are all the possibilities that the brain of our NPC have. So cast operation, the name of the spell to cast. So cast a spell on the current target selected. So the only thing that I don't know is if this is limited or not. Cast operation, right? I'm trying to understand if this guy is cheating for range or not, right? Because if he's not cheating for range, then we have a bit of a problem because we need to make it really, really correct, right? And I'm not sure if we can easily. Yeah, it seems that he's just calling. Yeah, it seems that he's not really cheating, right? He's just calling cast spell like if he's a normal. Why target was null? What the fuck? Because we are setting the target object to target. Okay, and so then it's probably taking it later. It's probably reading just what he has targeted at that particular moment. Okay, fine. Yeah, so we don't require the NPC to actually have glyphs or things like that. So basically, the whole validation for an NPC is skipped, right? And so you can just cast the spell without any glyph list or anything, right? But I think that actually the range. But this can cast is actually still enforced. Huh? So it's checking mana. It's checking stamina. I think it's pretty much checking everything. So if you are out of range, you will not be able to cast it. Yep. You will not be able to cast it. You will not be able to cast it. Now, because I'm thinking that the easiest is to actually add a spell to this guy so he can shoot at you, right? It's probably the easiest way that we can achieve the objective I have in mind, which is ranged attacks. Because I could also design specific range attacks for the monsters. I think the advantage will be that if we have specific attacks just done for the monsters, we can say that they have like infinite range, right? Well, not infinite, but anyway. A longer range than the one. The only problem might be if you are in a room that is adjacent to the one where the NPC is, and the NPCs try to cast a spell, and actually the spell goes through a wall, right? Because at the moment I think we are not doing any reasoning on the visibility of the spell. So if I think we don't do that. So that may be a problem. We don't have many people actually spell fighting. We don't have many people spell fighting. We have these guys. Should we just load up? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's load up in my machine. Let me see. So Relium is this number, right? So if I define in my initialization that we want to repopulate NPC, but we want to repopulate only this guy, only this guy will show up, right? We don't need items, we don't need quest, we don't need ant locations or anything else, but we need to go production 2, right? It will take a bit to load up, but it's fine. So I think Relium could be a good example because it's actually using Spell Fighter. He's actually using Spell Fighter as so basically the idea. So we said yeah. So there is an initialization that is now I don't understand exactly how the initialization works. So who is calling the initialization? Is every NPC calling its own initialization anyway, or let me see 1 second, because I think all this stuff is not documented, boys, and it's really a problem. It's really a problem. It's really a problem. So how does he know that he needs to call this, Ray? Maybe it is documented. If I search in it is like, I guess everywhere. No, not even. I think it's just the fact that he has an initial at 1000 is just starting immediately, right? So I think that this basically guarantees the execution because it's putting an initial value, right? It seems that our wiki is not really searching anymore, or it is. Yeah, it's actually written here. Yeah. So that's why. That's how we did it. Which is good, actually. So basically the initial behavior is guaranteed to be executed, right? And then he has a completion decay at -1. -1 will be all of the current need. Okay, so it's basically putting that initial behavior to 0, right? So it's doing that and then it's putting it to 0. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is all stuff that I have to document a bit. I don't know if I want to create a specific monster, a specific behavior for the dungeon, procedural dungeon NPC. That I don't know. Actually, I don't know. So let's bring this guy here because anyway we need him to be here, right? In case, I mean, assuming that he. Okay, so this is the guy. There is the guy. I just ported him here so that we can play with him a bit. And this guy has the initial behavior where he's initializing his stuff, right? So now at the moment I am invisible, not attackable, invincible, you know, and all of that. So he basically doesn't consider me. But now I am visible, so in theory he should see me, right? Now if I understand right, he loaded his attacks already and he's going to answer with any attack that I do on him, right? So if I cast anything on him, right? Like if I cast summon missile, right? Why this thing is happening when you are in GM mode? You don't know a okay, but anyway, he detected me already. So you see that he's doing stuff, right? He casted actually something. We don't see what he did though. Huh? You don't have a weapon equipped. I hope I don't kill him. He will kill me actually. Doesn't see me anymore. I think if I'm invincible, but yeah, he shot at me, right? He shot at me. I think if I go invincible is not. Did he finish the mana? Because this is possible, huh? Mana 133, 288, 0.2. So he has 133. So he consumed half of his mana, actually. And now it seems that he doesn't care anymore about me. It's interesting though that when I cast the summon missile, even if I said, yeah, you know, he's reacting anyway. Okay, let me try to fix this because this is super annoying. Why saying you don't know a spell summon missile? If I am a game master, I should be able to cast any spell even if I don't know it, right? That's pretty much the way it should work. So you don't know a spell. So let's change this because this is stupid. So that is actually inside cast the spell, right? You see that it says allow developers to cast any spell. So he's actually skipping this validation. This validation is checking. Okay, if you can use cast, I guess, but can cast all spells. If spells is empty and not enabled. We don't find a spell with that name. Did I misspelled it, or is it not called like that? Wait, did I misspell something, guys? Also, I don't see much of what he's doing, right? When he's casting spell on himself, it seems that he's not notifying me of what he's doing. Which, on one side can be fine, but... one second, I'm just checking. If there is any prerequisite. No. You should not say that. I mean, if I say cast summon missile, you know, unless I misspelled it, but summon missile. I didn't misspell it, so in theory, in this part of the code, let me just move this up, or I'm going to go crazy. In this part of the code, I mean, unless we don't get the spell by name, so the spell is empty, but kind of weird. Okay, let's debug it and see. I want to fix that because it's too annoying. I cannot, you know, I cannot have the need to have all the glyphs and prerequisite. If I'm a game master, I want to cast a spell, right? I should just cast a spell. But why here is saying if caster is not an NPC? Huh? So it's basically validating here. So this phrase, I mean, this text is actually not representing what we have in the actual code. Yeah. So this text is actually wrong, or is a wrong porting from the old game for whatever reason, but the code does not correspond to that comment. It does not. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. So it was if client. If client. This was in the old code, right? If client. Yeah, it was very different. It was very different. Caster target was actually very different. Yeah, I think I cannot really, but that's strange. Is he starting server or is starting? I think he's starting editor. Fuck. I think he's starting editor, boys. How do I tell this guy to start server? It's there. Is here. Minus server. Yeah, but I think this code is wrong. This code is wrong. This code is wrong because it's not doing what it's saying, right? So this should be I would do it exactly the opposite. I would say if the caster, you know, is a player and the caster is not a GM, right? If he's a player and is not a game master, then you do the validation. Otherwise, you set the cast all spells to throw. And I think that now it will work. Right? So basically this comment is wrong. This comment is verify if security level allows, well, even if, you know, this validation should get wait a second though, wait a second, because no, it was because this is yeah, exactly. Exactly. So what do we do here? We check if the player has the cast all spell right? And actually the cast all spell right is security level no, in group what the fuck is that? There is a table with a weird name. GM command group, yeah, exactly. Command group assignments, yeah, command group assignments. So there is one that should be cast all spells, right? Exactly. And you see the cast all spells is starting from 22 up. But it's not on 50, so on me it will not work. Huh? That's pretty stupid though. Okay. So it doesn't work on me because I am more than 30. No, but in theory 30 is the minimum. Yeah. 30 should be the minimum needed, right? So it should be from 30 up. Because here is getting it from cache manager, he's getting it from the caster, right? But then this check fucks up again because I think there is the check that is fucking up with me because I think the spell will exist. I don't know, it's a bit weird. I think it's a bit weird, boys. I have to debug it and see. It is running, right? I don't know why here we have this piece again. But I don't know. Okay. I don't know. I need to test it. I don't understand why. I don't understand why I cannot cast the spell. I don't get it. I don't get why. I don't get why. Yeah, cast all spell through, right? So it's gonna get the spell from cache. What I'm doing wrong, guys? The spell list is empty or what? Because it's lowercase? No, I cannot believe it. Seriously? Lowercase, uppercase makes a difference? I mean, it should really not. So if I type cast summon missile, capitalize, it will work. That's very stupid. No, it's the same. Uh-oh, because I have it in quotes. Oh, fuck. Because I have it in quotes. Because I have it in quotes, believe it or not. Let me do this. Yeah, because I have it in quote. Fuck it. Insane. Okay, you don't have to put now. Should we remove the quotes? Because I think it's a bit stupid that we failed on that. Anyway, okay, my bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. So this is actually working. Yeah, it is working. It is working. How much is K factor? Cannot see. GG. Now, yeah, at the moment I'm invisible and everything, so let me remove this breakpoint because anyway. Doesn't care about me. Why doesn't care about me? Ah, because I'm invincible. So it's gonna kill me. It's gonna kill me. Okay, so but yeah, but this basically works, right? So basically works. So the point is the initialization at the beginning with 1000 I ranked up. He's killing me while I'm loading in. I cannot escape. Bro, it doesn't have a maximum range. What the fuck? This guy's an infinite range, bro. Fuck you. I mean, he has more range than me. But now he doesn't care. I think he goes in a bit of a... Sometimes he doesn't care, sometimes... Return fire locate. I think there is the same problem that we had. I think it is actually the same problem that we had. Why his legs are going crazy? It's a bit of a pity he doesn't tell you if what this guy is doing, right? I mean, he's trying to reach me, yes. But then after he reaches me, what he's trying to do? Seems he's healing himself. I think he's healing himself somehow. Do you see the trail of my sword? Insane, huh? He's healing himself like a boss. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking to have kind of a debug mode where the NPC is saying everything that he does. Like you can read it. You can read it above his head, right? Like, now I don't really understand why he's trying to reach me. He should continue, you know, shooting with the... I think he got a bit crazy with the collision of that thing. I don't know where he's trying to go, actually. I will die. I will die. No, I am 10 HP. Cannot catch me here, motherfucker. Can you? Oh shit. Oh shit. He definitely killed me. He definitely killed me. Okay, so I think it works. I mean, it's not perfect, but it definitely works. I mean, this guy can chase you a bit, can heal, can shoot. You know, so um, so I think that's probably the simplest, right? The simplest is the simplest is. So actually, if I go under scripts, yeah, I mean, it's working. It's basically working. It's basically working, right? Demon arrows. So here he's saying cursed arrows, but in reality, yeah, the spell is called demon arrow. Yeah, I was a bit confused. I was like, we don't have a spell name like that. So in the description, it's saying. I mean, for now, even if we have one type of spell, I think would be kind of fine. I mean, it would be best if we can use the default base spell for each way, so that, yeah, maybe. I think each way pretty much has one projectile kind of. Right. Hello. I'm back. You killed me, but I'm back. Take this. You take this. Fuck. That sound is a bit weird though, huh? He's shooting me through the houses. Come on. That's not fair. He can hit you everywhere, anywhere. Oh my god. Can hit you everywhere. Okay, we can improve that. Okay, but I think that is good enough. So basically what we have to do, we have to initialize our new NPC as a spell fighter, right? And well, I think we want to have him because he's only shooting stuff. So the spell fighter is only using spells, which I don't know if is exactly what we want, right? Spell fighter. You see, we didn't document any of this shit. Any. So he's in the database, but he's not listed here. Or maybe it's documented somewhere else, but definitely it's not documented. Let me check if we have, because we have an internal website. Let me see if, which I'm trying to use less and less because I think this information should be public. I mean, anyways, no secret, right? So let me see if by any chance we have something here. If I search spell fighter, no, we don't have it there as well. Let me see if we have it. No, because I don't want to recreate. I don't want to redocument something, you know, that already exists. So pretty much. So I would like to avoid documenting something that already exists. If possible. If not possible, okay. I will. So if I go, no, sorry, I'm in the wrong place. I need to go here, 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 here. NPC types. Nah. New NPC. Nah. No, it seems that we don't have that. Special attacks. Special attacks. Now these are the special attacks. These are not the magic ones. So that's fine, but it's not what I'm searching. No, I don't think, to my knowledge, we don't have it documented anywhere. Or my wiki is not actually searching. It should be here, right? It should be here. Because we have defined, at least in production, we have defined NPC types like on-site fighter, right? On-site fighter is right. So basically all this description should go somewhere into our wiki. I think the best place would be inside NPC type, okay? I think I will edit this page. Well, let me search for on-site fighter a second and see if we find it anywhere. No. I think it should be here, guys. I think we should edit this page and actually... I mean, this is a bit outdated because it's speaking about the NPC client, right? But it's fine. It's fine. So... we can add a new heading. I think and we can call it available and NPC types, right? Available NPC types. And here we can say it is a list of the NPC types currently defined, you know, currently defined in production. And I would like to list first of all the basic types, right? Because there are some types that are like core. For example, on-site fighter is one of them, right? And then fighter is another one, right? And then Yeah, and then Spell Fighter is another one. And then there are a few others like Wanderer. And definitely there is this one which is Master NPC. I think Master NPC should probably be the first of all. Then there are ones about races, like for example diurnal, right? Diurnal and nocturnal. I thought we had this, but I don't see it, so probably we don't. I thought we had the diurnal, nocturnal. Well, there is a bit here under scripting for the tribes, but it's not that, because this one actually is deciding. It's not this. It's not. No, that part is actually not documented at all. It's not documented at all. And I don't want to do all the monsters. I just want to do the base objects, right? Like for example, Wanderer, right? Wanderer. Yeah, basically all the ones that do not have a parent. Yeah, maybe we can do this. Where parents is null or is empty. Where parent is equal to empty string, right? Yeah, so these are pretty much which at the end are, you know, but there's also a ranged fighter. That is the guy that we wanted, maybe. There is also a ranged fighter. Let me see if we have anyone using the ranged fighter. No. No one is actually using it at the moment. Interesting. No one is actually using it. Well, no one has it as a parent. No, sorry, that's not correct. So if we want to see if it's used, we have to check this other table, right? And we have to check where NPC type. Yeah, but actually it seems that no one is using the ranged fighter. Arena fighter. We are production, yeah. What happened? Arena fighter. But there is also fight. There is also fight. There is also fight, which is another separate behavior, it looks like. So basically, these fight behaviors are not, not on site. Yes, a fight aggro. I mean, let me ask a question to a guy and see if he has an answer, because this is not nice. It's too annoying. Do you have a table or hierarchy written somewhere? I don't know why we don't have it yet, but I mean, it's documented in the database. So in the database, we can pretty much recreate that structure, right? It's not a big deal, and also is available in the web console in our internal site. But I don't know if there is. Let me see if there is more information. Hello, Funner. Gambling. If there is more information in here. NPC types. So we have attack types, weapon types, stances. NPC type templates. NPC. Yeah, unfortunately, there is not an NPC type structure. Because what I would like to know is who is child of who. I mean, it's very simple with the parents, right? But it may be a fairly complex structure if you want to create it. Do I still have a mind manager? No. Huh? Because that's the perfect drawing for a mind manager. We don't have a mind manager anymore? Really? We don't have a mind something. Free mind? Does free mind still exist or no? Free mind. Oh my god. What is that? Free mind. Free mind. I don't remember what was the latest. Free mind map. Online mind map. Free mind mapping. It was long time ago. So free mind 110 2016. Well, I think this one was very long time ago. There must be probably a better. Yeah, 2016 was the latest. So there must be something more, right? What is now? Can I search on SourceForge the mind map? Mind map. There was a mind map it. Mind map. Mind map it. Mind map it. Mind map it. Files 2013 GG. 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 Lucid chart. And these are all sponsored, so they are all freaking fake links. Anyone of you know, guys? Miro, free version with unlimited users and pre-made templates. Free design tool with over 250 templates. Best idea, create a mind map. But only online. I don't want it online. I want it offline. I mean, it's also okay to do it online, actually, but they are all online. It's a bit annoying to have it online. I mean, it's like every Microsoft Word only online, right? So, I mean, yeah, you can do it like Google Docs, but I mean, Google doesn't have a mind map program. It's kind of strange. Google mind map. Google Workspace. Mind map for Google Chrome. 3.9. What the fuck? Yeah, more like this, right?
Today I'm gonna for C with U button.
Yeah, exactly.
JPEG image. That.
Yeah, something like that. So let me try to understand. So for example, right? So, but the problem is if I have an item here, right, that is like fighter, and then I want to rearrange it because the problem is rearranging it, right? So for example, fighter is used by arena fighter, right? Fighter is used by arena fighter, and fighter is used by, I mean, fighter is using master NPC. So if I want to do, what? Uh-oh, what happened? Oh. Oh. Yeah, but every time you click, it's creating another shit. How do I delete it? How do I say minus? How do I say minus, my friend?
Today I'm gonna show you, and you can also color it. Another color, you can reorder, and of course, messenger or something. So yeah, or upload it everywhere.
Did you delete
So
anything?
that's send it. Which so right now we.
Bro, please. How do I delete it? Just press delete on it. I cannot right click because it's triggering the save, close editing, zoom in, zoom out, remove branch, command super on Windows. Why? What do you mean? Huh? What does it mean, command super on Windows? Command or super? What is super, bro? Super meaning shift or what? What the fuck is super? What are you mind mapping? This mind map needs a mind map to remove the branches. No, he's saying that you can. Okay, it's window key click. The problem is that window key is triggering the window thingy, but okay. Window key click is actually doing that. I mean, I'm not a fan, but let's say that. No, but my problem is that if fighter is... So for example, I have master NPC, right? So now if I want fighter to be a child of this, I cannot do it, right? No, this is a shit. It's a shit plugin. It's a shit plugin. I mean, I mean... this one I don't like the way it's built. I mean, there is a full. I mean, you know. I mean, keep it simple. This one looks like the one that I had actually. This looks like exactly like the one that I had. Let me just remove this guy. Okay. Why? You type text on the left and it's creating... Oh, that's a good idea. Okay, so now why? About mine, man. It didn't work for me. What do you mean? With a tab? It's not working for me. Now yes. No, yes. Yes. Yes, he's doing it. Yeah, the only problem is that it's not really a 3, right? The mind map is not a 3. I mean, is the mind map is a 3? Well, is it? Yeah, maybe it is. I mean, it is. Yeah, I think it. I mean, if you can indent forever. Oh my god, my freaking program year of 2016 was so much better. This application requires Java environment 150. Can we re-download this? Because this was working perfectly at the time. I think that Java 150 doesn't even exist anymore. I mean, if you are trying to download it, it will tell you fuck you. It will tell you fuck you so much. GG Java. GG Java. Do you think it will work if I download the latest? I mean, we are gonna try. We are going to try, boys. Change destination folder. C program files Java. I think it's okay. Install in Java. Hello, DKC. Hey. It's strange there is not a free... Wait. It will work now. Now we have Java. Go, I believe. I believe you can do it. I believe. It did it. It did it, bro. 2013. Thank you, Jörg Müller. Do we have the recent? It would be nice if I have the recent ones. What is this guy saving into? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Save as destroy the world. Save as kind of GG'd out. Where is that guy that we were fighting, by the way? Ah, it's down there, huh? It's waiting for me, huh? You can see only the head, but he's there. He's there waiting for me. Huh? What are you doing? You're doing weird spells. What are you doing, bro? You're shooting your missiles at me, huh? No, I'm gonna die. Okay, I'm dead. I'm absolutely dead. I don't know why the animation didn't trigger. It didn't trigger because I was jumping. Interesting. Yeah, but the save as actually works. .mm. .mm is pretty good. Okay. I don't remember how this was working, but basically I think you were pressing like enter and typing, right? So that is... yeah, exactly. There is a very old program, but I think it's working fine. Well, I cannot click on this, but assuming that I can one day. So Let me go back to the real things. Master NPC, right? Master NPC fighter. Then there is another one that is called fight. Then the problem is that they may multi. Yeah, that's the issue. There is not even a mind map because for example fighter. You see that here you can just move them like this, which is super nice. So fighter is a child of master NPC, right? And arena fighter is a child of fighter, right? But for example, ranged fighter is not a child of anyone, so it seems that the ranged fighter actually just exists by itself, and it does not. So it needs to be combined. Like this, right? Fighter Wanderer is using Master NPC, Fighter, and Wanderer to actually work together. So in reality, I cannot even put it on a mind map to. It's kind of annoying. No, because I wanted to create a small picture to then put into the wiki, right? There was the idea to put it here into the wiki. But if we cannot really. Because like on-site fighter, you see that it doesn't derive from master NPC, which is a bit weird. So the ones that are on-site fighters, right? If I go parents, on-site fighter, yeah, you see, they actually use master NPC. So they use this thing separately. There are only a few that are inheriting and others are not. I don't understand what is the logic of that, but like this guy has master NPC, fight, and on-site fighter. It is super confusing. It is super confusing. It is super confusing. I think I need to document it one by one. Okay, let's do it one by one. Fuck it, without mind map. So master NPC. Master NPC is allowing is initializing some basic stuff, but pretty much is allowing the NPC like to move, like to do a move, global move, right? So I think we need to say, yeah, we need to say what it contains, right? So we need to say master NPC contains these behaviors, right? And I think each one should be a subheading of some kind, because, and I think that this should become a list, right? Because I don't want to list them all, but I want to list at least the ones that are most relevant, right? So like this one is allowing to move, global move, local move, and these are unique because these are inherited by, right, busy, flee. Well, maybe we can list them all, I don't know. Is able to locate a point, locate a waypoint, right? So blind, fear, sit, is able to sit, etc. Right? I don't want to list them all, but basically this is what Master NPC allows, right? Now, on-site fighter. On-site fighter. So we know. So on-site fighter requires the master NPC and either spell, fighter, or fight behaviors when composed into complete behavior. This behavior assesses the opponent's strength and make the NPC attack on sight. How the NPC attack is handled by another description. Okay, perfect. This description is fantastic. This description is fantastic. It's exactly what I needed. And it contains these behaviors, right? It contains these behaviors. So it contains assess, fight. Well, all the assess, you know, assess... all the assess, because this assess is, yeah, equal, stronger, powerful, you know. Assess fighter, that becomes lame. Lame, weaker. Well, I can probably do this. Lame, weaker, equal, stronger. And powerful. And powerful. That is pretty much what it does, right? So the on-site fighter is doing the assessment, and based on the assessment is deciding to attack or not, right? So if he's weaker, he flees, right? If he's what? Why there is always flee? Stance aggressive. Event flee. Attack only if HP are more than... because inside the Percept Flee there are different conditions that actually make him fight, right? You see here, fight aggressive. So the event is the same, but yeah, fight. Okay, you have to look at this. So this is fight aggressive, this is fight defensive, and this is actually fleeing away, right? Okay, so this is basically determining that. So okay, that's very good. Now, fighter. Yeah, we need to document this thing because I cannot every time go back here and understand what is this shit. I cannot do this. Why fighter is not here? Okay, let's go with spell fighter. Spell fighter is basically... He seems to have also melee fight. Return fire drain. Yeah, but I think that spell fight. So the important point is that spell fighter is initializing all the spells. So initialize. So we can say initialize all the spells to be used in combat, right? And actually, it's doing it like this. Can we make it? Pre-formatted? No, mistakes were made. No. Okay. is that? I don't know. Okay, so yeah, so basically it's doing this, and it's basically doing this, and then he's using, what? And then he has a number of, I mean, he can chase, he can melee fight, he can watch, he can fight, he can. So when he has fight, is basically spell attacking, right? But he can prepare, he can defend, he can debuff. So how the hell it decides all this stuff? React to basic event, melee, fight, fight defensive, fight aggressive, attack, watch. Yeah, for example, this one is very complex, right? This one is very complex. So it's reacting to a number of basic behaviors. Okay, I don't want to make it perfect. I just want to say pretty much what it does, right? High level. So, but this one seems to be very complex. It can do a bunch of stuff. So it can decide to defend when he's fighting defensive. Yeah, so I think that this one is actually combined with... Probably this one is combined with the on-site fighter. So, for example, our guy Relium, what was it? Our guy Relium was what? He has a specific type, which is actually Relium, but yeah, the Master NPC and Spellfighter. He had Master NPC and Spellfighter, and he was actually defining this, and with this it actually works. In fact, he says it requires the Master NPC. Because he's using, you know... so I would say that also Spellfighter requires Master NPC. So requires Master NPC to be composed into a complete behavior, right? Because the Master NPC is doing the assessment. Now, who is doing the assessment, boys? Because this is not doing the assessment at all, right? It is not doing the assessment, not even a bit. So Relium is not doing the assessment. We can say example Relium, right? So that we keep it as an example, but it is initializing the stuff. And then he's reacting, because to me, it seems to react, right, to the assessment, correct? He's reacting to the assessment, because this guy is saying, here at the bottom, right, he's saying, if I have to fight defensive, if I have to fight aggressive, right? And these guys are coming from the assessment. So how it is possible? Because here I don't see any assessment. And in Master NPC we said that there is no assessment, correct? correct. Then I'm very confused. Then I am very, 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 very confused. So I don't understand how... Because these are perceptions, right? These are perceptions coming to... Yeah, so you percept him fight aggressive and he's going to fight aggressive. Or fight defensive, right? And he's doing stuff based on that. So maybe the first damage is actually sending that. Have you replaced the combat stance system? Yes, stances at the moment are not used. Maybe we will introduce them again in the future, but at the moment they don't exist. They are a part of the talent system where you can choose to swap part of your defense to attack and part of your attack to defense. So aggressive, defensive, balance the old. No, in this case it's different because I mean it's just named the same, but it's not. This is not speaking about the stance. This is really the way he fights. It's not about that. I don't understand how... I don't understand how these are triggered, but at the moment we can ignore it, okay? I will check it later, but it's kind of weird. I don't know... I don't know how that... I think for each one we should say if they have a parent, right? So let me check fighter 1 second. So fighter as a parent of master NPC, right? And fighter is saying fighter is pretty much doing fight, which is doing melee. So yes, fighter is very, very simple. So fight basically triggers the melee op. It's doing nothing else. And then he can chase, right? So these are the two things that this thing does, and it also has a turn behavior. He understands out of range and he understands damage, so he's automatically reacting to damage with fight, right? So automatically reacts to damage with fight behavior. So this means that if you attack someone that is actually flagged as a fighter, he automatically hits you back, right? Or he's trying to hit you back. This is pretty much what fighter does. So it's very, very simple. Fighter is very, very simple. The one that confused me is actually fight. So there is another behavior that is called fight that is confusing me so much. And I don't understand why we even have it, right? Fight. 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 This one, 61, right? He has no parent. And it's kind of strange because... So he has no parent. And while fighter does... Requires the master NPC to be complete and complete behavior. This behavior is a simple melee, whatever. Do we put the description before the parent? Yeah, I think before the parent. I think it's a better idea. So this one is more complete though, because compared to fighter, right, he has a initialization of the melee fighter, so he's actually, yeah, he's initializing the stance, for example, but at the moment it's not used, so we completely skip it. I don't think having aggressive, defensive or passive behavior for NPC triggered by something, especially if you want to roam. Yeah, but the NPC have that. They are not stances, they are behaviors. Stances are, I mean, in the old system, were just a way to move your attack bonus to defense bonus, okay? And vice versa. But here we are speaking about behavior, so it's the way they think, right? The way they think. So it's not just moving a number from defense to attack, but it's actually driving their actions, right? So they do different stuff. If they are aggressive, or if they want to flee, from you, right, and such. So this fight seems to be a bit more complex. He still has chase, turn, and fight. And fight is basically triggering a melee, so it's very, very similar. So this is pretty much the same. Right? This is pretty much the same as the previous. But in addition seems to have a bit more, because he also has fight aggressive, fight defensive. Yeah, and these two actually are probably not going to do anything different, because they are just the difference is only the stance, right? But this is not going to do pretty much anything. Because we don't have stances. So fight aggressive, fight defensive. Then they have some... fighter also has some behavior to heal himself and flee, right? Changes stance on fight. And in addition they have HP half, so when they go below half they actually try to heal. Try to heal if below 50% health. And then they have HP low, which I don't know if I agree, but anyway. Will flee. If I think low is probably 30% or so. Low is... I don't know how much it is, but... NPC check low. There is another script that is defining that. There is another script that is defining that. So let's say the fight compared to fighter is a bit smarter. So it seems to be an evolution of that. Low is about 12%. Okay. Yeah, the logic is kind of complex, but when you define well, you know, the basic types and then you just reuse them, I mean, everything works the same way. So I think it's a very good system at the end. And this is all scriptable, right? So you can script it like this. It's just text, so you don't have to program anything. You just type this stuff. I mean, it's kind of programming, but it's more visual, right? It's more like XML based stuff. Okay, so I think I understand that. Now we have a few more, and then I will have to go because it's midnight. But we have ranged fighter, right? Ranged fighter. This is the description, which is nice. And let me see. At the moment, he has no parent. If I saw it right, yeah, he has no parent. He's doing some initialization, and you see that he's working with tribes. So this was done specifically for tribes and regions. But this has the same turn, chase, and fight. He also has melee fight, HP off, HP low. So it's pretty much the same, huh? Yeah, it's pretty much the same, just with a range of 30 on melee range compared to the standard fight. Compared to the standard fight, it had a melee range of 2, you see. So the only difference pretty much is that... So I would say same as fight above, with the difference that melee operation, which I don't know if is good, but anyway, is using melee range of 30 meters, right? So basically the guy can attack ranged. It is pretty much what ranged does. Okay, let me save this page, because if we lose it, I will go mad. Okay. Okay, nice. It's not very easy to see me mad, by the way. It's very hard to make me mad, to make me go mad. It's very hard. I mean, it's possible, but it's very, 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 very hard. You really need to try continuously for a long time. You made all melee item 2 meters as a temporary stopgap. You made all melee item 2 meters as a temporary stopgap. Yeah, I think melee. I think melee should have the same range, right? Because otherwise, because when he's trying to chase you, right? We need to reach the so yeah, there was a reasoning like that. But this pretty much covers the basic types that we have, and then there are like combinations. Like there is fighter wanderer, right? Arena fighter, which is actually a fighter but specific for the arena. I don't know what it's doing in addition. But yeah, pretty much this covered the basic. Then there is like diurnal, nocturnal, but these also can be combined, right? So these are additional. Let me see if there is any description, but diurnal. Active by day, sleeping hiding during the night. Yeah, requires sleep in region behavior when composing a complete behavior. Requires sleep and in region. Yeah, it's a bit stupid that it says requires sleeping in region when, you know, sleeping in region are actually parents, so it doesn't really require it. It's already a parent. But anyway, I understand what it means. 22.6. While nocturnal will be probably the opposite. So basically these are behaviors that react based on time, and based on time is just, you know, moving to the region or sleeping. So it's going to sleep in a certain place, or it's going to a certain region, which is basically their active region, right? So I think they both rely on yeah, they rely on go to sleep, right? So they rely on the sleep. Yeah, let me actually put this, because actually it makes sense, because it's part of the parent, but is true, because actually we have it as a parent. We have it as a parent. And the parent is actually, yeah, anyway, I wanted to make a bit of documentation on this, because I think is required. And mainly if I'm going to improve a bit the NPC, and the case of the procedural dungeon, right? I need a ranged fighter, but with spells, and I have to. So I need to decide if we use a spell fighter or we use a range fighter, and so I wanted to see the differences and understand better how this works, right? So request the legion. So basically what this does is it calls sleep, right? It calls sleep, and sleep walk from sleep, at sleep. But it's just sleeping where he is, right? It's not going to a certain place. It's just sleeping, right? Because go to sleep is actually not moving anywhere. Go to sleep is... Wait, go to sleep is not even... huh? Oh no, go to sleep is here. Locate the location of type sleeping area. Locate object sleeping area. Okay, so if you don't have sleeping areas defined in this NPC, it will not work, huh? So this requires this requires an object of type sleeping area, right? Requires a location of type sleeping area to actually work, otherwise they will not move. Now sleeping, I don't remember how sleeping area is defined, but we have sleeping areas defined as location types. So I think that in location types we should, yeah, exactly, 21 sleeping areas, right? Now the problem is, how do they know which one is their sleeping area? They just find the closest one? Yeah, they probably just find the closest one. But this is to be retested a bit, because the way I see it, The way I see it is, I fear that may fuck up. That may actually fuck up. Sleeping area 21, type ID. So if I say type ID equal 21, yeah, these are all the sleeping area. Yeah, you see that they are divided by monster pretty much, right? They are divided by monster. And in specific areas like BD Road, right, Oja Road. So these are the regions that are defined for them, and there is actually a radius, so they sleep in that area, right? I think that the go to sleep is SC locations. SC locations. SC locations. SC locations. SC locations table. So it's the same for this, right? So yeah, they actually move to the sleeping area, they sleep, then they wake up, and when they wake up they go back to their home area. So in the same way, there is the reverse requirement that they need to be so this move back in region, right? So it's going to search a local region and go to region, locate object region. I just have to check if this is yeah, but I'm pretty sure it's searching the closest one. I'm pretty sure it's searching the closest one to them. Even if I think it in this way, it's choosing the closest region. I have to check something there. When waking up, they try to walk to the region defined in. Well, I don't even know if it's defined, because you are not defining the region in any of these guys, right? I think we are not. Like under NPC type, if we take no, if under NPC definitions we take any trapper, right? Region. Yeah, it's defined here. Each one is this region defined as region. Yeah, exactly. I forgot about that. So each one is going to his, to the region defined in SC NPC definition. Region, right? She's pretty good. Exactly. Okay, this is very nice. So at least we kind of document. I have to go, guys, but I documented a bit what they do and how they work. Would be nice if I could put this in 2 columns. Can I put this in 2 columns so it's a bit less verbose? Let me see. How do we create 2 columns out of this? Like, should I add a table? Yeah, I should add a table. Huh? It's the only way. Huh? I add a table, and the table is only 2 columns. Pa pa para pa pa para. Pa pa para para para. Pa pa para para para. Mm, mm, mm. It looks like shit though. I mean, why the text is... because it was a header. Oh my god. It was a header. Why? I mean, can I have a table without a header? But anyway, yeah, if you do it as a properties, table properties, caption, what is caption is the header or what? No, caption is not the header. Styled, wiki table, sortable, collapsed. Fuck. It must have a header. If I go here and I remove the header, what happens? Wait. I think this is the header, no? I'm not completely sure. Will it break? Maybe it will break. Yeah, that was the header. We fixed it! So if I can do at least 2... Wow, that's kind of weird. Is it better or is it worse? I don't know. I'm not sure that it's actually better. But... because I found it was a bit too long. Too long of a text to actually... For example, it would be nice to have diurnal and nocturnal on the same line. I think it's better to have it in a table like this. I think it is. I will convince myself that it's actually better. So you can say, I don't know why the first column is so small compared to the second one. I don't know what is the reasoning there, but I think at least is more compact. I like it more. Is the UR version not the CS version? What? Looking forward to Dagger being 0.3 meters and Poleaxe 4 or 5 meters. Yeah. Yeah, I mean on combat we have a lot to do. I mean it's at the moment it's just barely working, so I mean it's barely working. It is working, I mean you can fight, but definitely is not good. But you know, time is always the issue here. Time is always the issue. Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna go. So see you next time. Tomorrow, I'm not 100% sure I will be here, so I will message you on Discord, okay? In case I'm not here, but I should be. If not, we will see each other on Wednesday. And with that, I'm gonna go. Bye bye. Click on follow on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube, so we see each other again. Bye. Bye bye.